Croatia is a small country of less than 4 million people, but it consistently punches above its weight on the world stage. This is a country who gave the world the cravat, it gave the world the parachute, it gave the world the mechanical pen, and it gave the world Nikola Tesla, as well as a half-decent football team. But one of its lesser accomplishments that few people know about is the quality of its oak forests, in particular for wine barrels. And it is said that the 3 best places in the world for the production of oak barrels are California, France, and Slavonia in eastern Croatia. And today I'm with quite a remarkable young company called Bachva HR. Bachva means oak barrel in Croatian. And it's a combination of 2 real pioneers in their field. Zdenko, the boss, is a former forester who has now somehow accumulated 5,000 hectares of prime Slavonian forest. And Darko, who is known nationally and probably internationally as probably the leading expert in making oak barrels in Croatia. And so you have a very, very long wine tradition in Croatia, dating back 2,500 years. Iločki Podrumi in Slavonia served wine to the Queen's coronation in 1953. And Slavonian oak was exported all around Europe and elsewhere until 1991, when the Homeland War came, the War of Independence, and the whole industry was decimated. About 10 years ago, things changed. Before that, the way that Slavonian oak was made into barrels was the raw material was exported to Italy, and coopers in Italy would then make the oak barrels and then send them back to Slavonia or elsewhere in Europe. 10 years ago, they started to produce, for the first time, Slavonian oak barrels. And this was, for me, this to me is one of the great symbols of the post-independent resurgence of quality, Croatian quality, moving forward. And so here you have a globally acclaimed business that died during the war that is now coming back again. And they started making Slavonian oak barrels for the first time in 25 years. And now they have 30 plus customers here in Croatia itself. Today we're at probably one of the top 3 wineries in the whole country, Croatia, definitely the #1 name in Slavonia. And the fact that they're taking these barrels is a real indication of the quality. And here's Ivan, the sommelier from Croatia, to explain why he's using these barrels. And although Bachva is quite a new company, its owner has been working already for 10 years in the Slavonian wine barrel industry. And one of its main clients and one of the absolute stars of the Croatian wine scene is Croatia in Kutivo. And I'm here today with Ivan, who's the sommelier. We've just taken delivery of a brand new Bachva 2,000 litre barrel. And Ivan, just very quickly, why are you working with these guys and not with other people? What is it about this that is especially interesting for your business?
We have 2 reasons. First reason, exceptional quality. And the second reason, that the oak is coming like for 5 kilometers far from here. So we wanted to produce the barrel that locally grown oak, and the best barrel maker here to introduce that oak and his qualities of barrel making industry to our cellar and to our production.
Excellent. And what kind of wine do you think will go into this baby?
Oh, we will see in the future. Because we have lots of projects, we like to seek new things. So I think that the first of all will be Chardonnay. But as the barrel matures, we will see which wine will be inside.
Excellent. Okay, Julie.
Julie.
The man behind Bachva HR is Zdenko. He's a former forester turned entrepreneur. He now has 5,000 hectares of Slavonian oak forest, prime stuff, which he's using for many different things, which we'll talk about later. But I just want to ask Zdenko, can you explain the production process very quickly in 60 seconds? How do you make an oak barrel?
Thank you very much. In less than 60 seconds, our key man, Darko Prevošek, the man who is producing the barrels, oak barrels, has opportunity to come to the forest and choose in the winter time the best part of the forest trees oak forest trees to put in the production, and with the other crew, he's producing the elements.
Can you just give us the actual stages of the actual production process though?
First of all, we are splitting the piece of logs, and splitting is important because it's a natural splitting, and that way we follow the wooden sails. In that case, we secure the not to leak the elements in the future barric barrels.
Here we have Darko, who's going to explain a little bit about the production process and how we got this incredible edges here.
Znači ovdje imamo jednu cijepanicu koju smo iscijepali i sada smo ju obradili na tračnu pilu. Kod nas je najbitnija žica. Kako nam žica ide, to je da bačva ne bi curila. Znači kad pogledamo ovaj dio, znači žica, ovo sitno što se vidi, to nam je žica i ona mora ostati u debljini dužice. Kad pogledamo ovu cijepanicu, znači mi od ovog jednog komada dobivamo 2 dužice, maksimalno dobijemo 3 dužice od jedne te cijepanice. Druga stvar što nam je dosta bitna je gustoća godova. Ovo je slavonski hrast kitnjak gdje mi tu imamo, ako pogledate ovdje, tu imamo od 8 do 10 godova po 1 centimetru širine, što je nešto fenomenalno i od čega nama daje specijalni okus vino bude i alkoholna pića u našim bačvama.
And later on, we do this majority with the elements on the natural way, because we put that for 2 years in the open air with the watering, and so on. The other things are coming, frost, snow, everything is welcome, because in that process we reduce the bad tannins, and good tannins are still inside, and after 2 years, even more than 2 or 3 years, we do that in the process for the barrels. When that comes, first of all, through the graduation, we make 2 classification the barrels. Classic is less than 6 grains per centimeter, and prestige barrels more than 7 grains per centimeter, and it's on open fire, squeezing, brushing, and so on. With our nice crew, we are making this Slavonian barrels, barric barrels.
Fantastic. Can I just ask you about price? How competitive are you on the global market?
Nice question, because we're almost not competitive. Why? Because we are really on the bottom of the price list. If you compare our quality from the forest, what is over the century the same quality, but we lose it here in Croatia, it's our problem. But in the same time, we are trying to face in the market, and that's why we are almost 30-40% under the market price for the barric barrels. For example, our barrels, classic barrels, are 650-70 euros per barrel. In the same time, the same quality, well, lower quality from the France, are more than 1,000 euros.
For how many liters?
225.
25, that's the standard.
Yes, it's standard barric barrels. But okay, we appear on the market, and we got our chance because behind us is an amazing forest with amazing quality, and with this knowledge for our main brand, Darko Prevošek, I am 100% sure that we'll sooner or later be really welcome to each winery in Croatia even more.
The one thing that really impressed me today, not only seeing this young business moving forward, and seeing like Darko, who is a real passionate barrel maker. You've got Zdenko, who's obviously a very visionary businessman, is the fact that they have so much wood to choose from. And so Darko can go into the forest, as he does, and he can choose, I want that tree, that tree, that tree, that tree. And that just richness of selection really sets this apart as a business in this industry, in my opinion. But Zdenko, he's a man that has an eye for an opportunity wherever you look. You sit with him for half an hour and you're looking at, So he sees these forests not as a barrel business, but as an ecosystem. And so within this forest, you also have these numerous other trees that are growing within the forest. And so he's also making extremely good furniture. So he's actually providing the tables for one of the top restaurants in Zagreb, Boban. He's also doing construction beams and stuff for houses and a range of other things. And so the barrels are just one part of the business. And so here you have, to me, a really fantastic young business employing local people, using local products with a sustainable approach, working with some of the best wineries in Croatia and beyond. And the thing that also really intrigued me was, I started this by saying the best wine barrels come from California, France, and Slavonia. And me, as somebody who doesn't know that much about wine, I always assumed that French oak was a thing. It's not. Well, it is. It's a brand that's been created. But there is no such thing as French oak, just as there's no such thing as Slavonian oak. There are types of oak that grow in France and around. There are types of oak that grow in Slavonia. And basically, the oak that grows in Europe is one type of oak. The oak that grows in America is a different type of oak. And those are the two basic differences. And this whole story of quality French wine with French oak is actually a bit of a charade. And if you actually look, a lot of the wine barrels that come and are used in French oak actually originate in Slavonia. If you look at the rings per centimetre, you have between a minimum of 6, you get a certain quality, 7 rings per centimetre, you get a premium quality. This is a region that has exceptional quality. The problem it's had over the last 25 years, as it hasn't had the marketing, it hasn't had the infrastructure, and that is now changing. And to me, if wineries like Croatia are using Bachva, that is a sign that this is a business with a very solid future. So we're here with Darko Provelchik, who is one of the legends of the oak barrel industry in Slavonia. He's the man who is behind everything we're doing here. He's also the man that maintains the largest continuously used oak barrel in the world, 75,000 litres in Erdut. And he's here just to answer a couple of questions. So, Darko, first of all, tell us a little bit about your history and in this profession.
Znači, moja povijest nekog bačvarstva je, ja sam počeo bačvarstvo učiti 1986. godine, znači, kod jednog majstora u Feričancima i bio sam mu kao sin i učio sam tamo nekih 6 godina zanat. Poslije toga sam imao sreće što sam došao raditi u Dik Đurđenovac. Dik Đurđenovac je bio bačvarija koja je bila najveći pogon u Jugoslaviji. Tamo kad sam ja došao raditi je bilo nekih 40 ljudi zaposleni i oni su radili jako puno bačova i jako velikih bačova. Oni su radili 80. godina 35.000 bačova od 500 litara za rum, za Kubu. Poslije toga je došla na red kutjevačka bačva od 53.000 litara, da bi negdje tamo 88. godine se počela raditi ova erdutska bačva, koja je trenutno, kažu da je najveća bačva na svijetu, koja je puna vina. Ja sam tamo došao 2001. godine, jer ona je namontirana 89. na 90. ali nije stavljena u pogon, u funkciju. Tako da sam ja na toj bačvi, znači curila je, ja sam proveo godinu dana dok sam je popravio. Znači čistili smo je dok smo našli nova postolja smo napravili i dok smo našli taj dio koji je curilo i da smo to popravili.
And here we have a lot more than just oak. Which is your favorite wood to work with and why?
Bačve mi radimo od više vrsta drveta, 5-6, znači radimo hrast, dud, murva, trešnja, akacija, bagrem, kesten, ali nešto što je najljepše raditi, najdraže, to je slavonski hrast, pogotovo ako je kitnjak, fini su godovi, fina je struktura. Što je materijal bolji i ljepši, to je lakše napraviti bačvu.
And the more people get educated about the potential of Slavonian oak, because it really is back, I think this has a fantastic future as an industry. And we've had an incredible day. I've learned so much about wood today, and it's been a real pleasure. And this is one more amazing thing where Slavonia is becoming great again.